So as a dog, this is really sad because, you know, I don't have any friends I could reach out to. And when everybody declines to take your phone call, it's a lonely world. I don't even make these calls. I just watch the man. The man's sitting over in the phone portion of the parlor. It's like an offshoot. It's like I don't know what you call it, a Calvary or whatever they call the cavulet. It's like an ensconced area. It's got carpets, it's got drapes, it's open and airy. It's got furniture, it's got a waiting room. It works down the opposing hall, the 45-degree angle hall, and they've got wonderful furniture. But over there at that table with that weirdo, a tablecloth tapestry type of thing, with that old-fashioned phone and that old-fashioned seat with the nice cushions. It was ergonomically designed by the Danish like 500 years ago. The man was sitting, and he was opining and complaining, and he was worrying about to his friend about how no one returns his calls. And as soon as he called every friend he had, every friend he thought he had, and not one of them returned his calls. And then even, the man, he made a phone call to the number one person that he thought would return his phone calls, and he declined to return his phone calls. It was coincidental. I heard the man say this. The man was talking on the phone message, and this was so sad to hear this kind of a thing. But the man was saying, "My friend, I was reaching out to you because no one else returned my calls, and the few people that took my calls, they intimated that they were already on the other side, and calling them made no difference because they had already pledged their allegiance to the other side, and I was left alone, and I was isolated. And when I reached out to call to you, I thought must be a coincidence because you're not involved in this anyways. But when you declined to take my phone call, I was so sad. I was so verklempt. I couldn't believe that no one would take my phone call." And that was, I was so sad for the man because I was like, gosh, no one will take his phone call? Not even his bosom buddy who he would reach out to in his most dire predictions and his percolations, his most dire, what do you call it when you're in a prediction? I don't even know what they call it. But he's the worst off he ever was. And he reached out to his friend. He was going, "Oh my God, my friend, you're not going to answer my phone. Gosh, this is like the second time I called. I was hoping I could reach out to you and you would answer so I could have a little bit of cheering up. But, you didn't answer, so it's okay. But, oh my gosh." And that was the phone message. That was the last phone message that man left to that guy. The man, my master. He's not that man. He's my man. He's the man, my master. He left that, and I don't know if that he called him again. Maybe he did, but he was so distraught and brokenhearted because the one final friend that he thought would take his phone call, he refused to take his phone call. Listen, this is pretty hardcore. I learned it from watching the man over there opining and crying and carrying on and weeping. The man said, "When you're a lonely, isolated man and no one will take your phone calls and everyone who you thought was your friend is just lining up, unified against you, and they're trying to manipulate you and throw you under the bus, it's a lonely, shitty world." And as a dog, I felt so bad. I was like, gosh, you know what it is? It's a lonely, shitty world, but whatever. It's okay, I guess,